They're starting. Start up your stream.
Hello and welcome back to the unit tournament. We are going to start straight away here, back into the match. I'm just going to stick us in. We're just joining our two teams here. We got the red and the blue, and we're actually starting on Faux Fire today. We got Swag on the blue team, we got IDDQD on the red team, and we see we've all hit mid at the moment. It looks like we've got a 1 and 4 situation for both teams at the moment.
Yeah, both teams electing to just take their close point with one person, then collapse pretty much all in the middle right now. We are going to see a lot of damage being actually put out onto Murax. Sure, what the heck?
Oh, did you see Heresy go down there? He just went down there, a lot of cleave damage off the mid. It looks like they've got a lot of focus down on him at the moment. He actually did get the res pretty quickly, and he's another guy, he's using Fleshworm as well. It seems to be some kind of...
popular.
Yeah, something with the minions, I'm guessing, with the bone minions there as well. Did see Quiz, actually, the Necro there, he's gone down as well. They're going for the res, popping the bubble up, he's going to get the res as well. So we've got some fast resing off. He's got that as well. So this seems to be something new of Necros that I've actually missed recently.
You know what? I think it's a Christmas gift.
Yeah, maybe it is.
So, we are going to see Sugar Sweet and 3 members of the blue team go down almost instantaneously. Great job by IDDQD.
That was
wow,
insane.
Full team wipe. Team wipe.
That was insane. I completely missed that. The AoE damage that came in there, just the focus, and they must have had some combos they popped off there with some might stacking, but that was a very good wipe on the mid, and now they're taking Quarry and the midpoint, and Waterfall is just being decapped and he's moving back, so that's always a good tactic. Rather than going for the full cap on their close point, they're just going to decap it, so he's actually derailing them a little bit, leaving the one guy on the close and the rest head into mid. So they're leaving one guy out of the fight there, so already evening up the numbers, and blue are just going to regroup before they get back in, so that's exactly what they needed to do there.
Yeah, I mean, huge misplay by the blue team, which is going to be Swag. That's not a good thing when a team wipe happens that early on. That puts IDDQD just so far ahead right now. Almost double the points of their opponent right now with a 2-cap. And that means that they're going to have a uncontested middle point for quite some time. Very, very hard to get that point there. Take a look at Quarry here. We are seeing Master Joe really try and deal some damage there, but a couple misplays by him as well. Not actually dodging in time there, but also dodging the hammer stroke from the Warrior, so that's a good play by him as well. A couple AoE damage dealings going down around here as well, but unfortunately, he is going to go down very, very quickly here. Sugar Sweet going down here as well over at the Quarry on the side point there.
Oh, whoever's getting the kill, they're going to pull that up. They're still both down. Come on, are the Rangers back up? So Sugar Sweet indeed went down there, unfortunately. Then just putting the fight back into Reds, that was really anyone's fight. Wasn't really a lot of CC going on. The rest of the team's kind of not really sure where they're running around at the moment. Looks like Mex is getting the res now as well. There's a lot of fight. There's so many conditions going down on these guys. That was intense. Oh my god.
A lot of pretty colors just kind of going here, there, and everywhere, but we are seeing Mix very, very low here, trying to get rallied by his team. A couple members on there, the rally does go off. Nice job there by Team Swag. Master Joe taking a lot of damage now, taking a look at Mech still, dealing a lot of damage, but kind of receiving a lot of damage here from Team IDDQ as well. Unfortunately, Etot does go down here as well. We are going to see a couple other rallies here go up onto Etot. Etot actually does get up here. Master Joe very, very low here, as well as Quiz. Quiz is in a lot of trouble. Can he get rallied here from his team? He does pop his life force and going to be try and live another day. He's going to get fully healed there as well. So wonderful job there by Team IDDQ, stomping out Mex as well.
Yeah, blue team are... the red team are doing a good job at the moment. Blue taking them over. I mean, they're wiping them. We're doing a good job on the team fight. Whether or not they want to win the match, I'm not sure, because they're not actually moving to the mid. They're not contesting anywhere else. They're coming all the
care.
way over here. It doesn't seem that way. It seems like they really want to just have these team fights. Whether or not they've got a little bit of something going on with ID that I'm not sure about, I don't know. But maybe they just want to have these team fights out and see who's going to win those. But they have indeed capped the point almost at the moment. They do look like they're about to get Quarry.
Nope. No, Quarry is not going to happen for quite a while. We are going to see Too Old for War actually come up and try and assist on the midpoint. But one thing that Blue is doing very, very incorrectly is they're focusing on 1 point too much. If they can't win a point, you got to just kind of count your chickens before they hatch, so to speak, and then just kind of move on. So I think that if they split up the team fight a little bit, I think they'd have a better choice. But right now, IDDQD is really kind of using the kind of mass team fights to their advantage, which is something that they are very, very good at. Unfortunately, Quiz does go down there as well. We are seeing what is his name?
You got two
Necromancer.
For
the
Heresy.
Heresy. Okay, there we go. We're seeing Heresy quite low here. The Mesmer Portal being popped there, but we are seeing two people go down there. Unfortunately, Hanso does go down here as well for the Team IDDQ. So Blue actually might be able to take this back now that they've pretty much overcommitted pretty much the entire game to this point, and they're going to be able to take it, and not really kind of a good choice on their part. They really should have tried to either get the Guild Lord, kind of make the IDDQ kind of go off their points, but unfortunately they are going to be rewarded with the 2-cap right now, but I think IDDQ is going to be able to come back from this pretty easily here.
Well, Heresy from Swag is actually going for the Keep Lord at the moment. Just going to move to the mid. Everyone's a bit spread out on the map at the moment. They're fighting between Waterfall and the midpoint. Red kept, unfortunately, they bailed out from Quarry. It looks like they're trying to make their way to Waterfall. Gummy's getting on the point there. Too Old Warrior. He is just trying to get on that point as soon as he can. See, Nex has gone down in between the 2 points. They need to get together a little bit more. Fight as a team. Try not to get too split up. They're trying to do two things at the same time. They're trying to support each other, and they're trying to stay together. So they need to just do one or the other, and then they can move as a group. But at the moment, Red are going to be outnumbering them on this Waterfall. We do see that Heresy, after taking down that gate, has moved also to Waterfall. It looks like they're prepping for a Lord kill, mate.
Lord kill, I think, would be a smart move on IDDQ's part, because they're a very, very strong in team fights, so I think they can just kind of... No, you're fine.
That wasn't me. That wasn't you. Dog just decided to come into my room.
Well, you know what? The dog is allowed to help shoutcast if he likes, but he just has to speak basic. So if he can't speak basic, he's not going to be allowed to shoutcast. But Quiz very, very low here, popping that Life Force once again. Actually, he's going to... I'm sorry, he's popping his Plague Form. My apologies. Plague Form, very, very useful, but he is very, very low here. Going to be able to pop his heal, just not in time, unfortunately. Super Sweet doing a nice job at trying to get some great... damage there, though, but he is going to be rallied there, unfortunately. And Too Old for War coming up here, trying to knock him back, but not going to be the case here. Quiz doing a nice job at pushing him back.
Yeah, he's just gone into Death Shroud, popped off his Torment. It's a bit too much for Too Old. Does get those boons back up, and just coming back onto the point. And then Mex is just coming in, switching on the point as well. So it was a good little play there. Unfortunately, Blues did lose Waterfall in amongst all that fighting, and they're still pitching across. It looks like the Necro is trying to get back to take Warrior as well. He looks like he might get the decap. No, Mex did just get on the point, so he was very, very darted. Really wanted to keep that there. Unfortunately, has decapped it. Only team getting points at the moment are Red. They are winning 444 points to 312. So these points need to flip. I mean, Blue team can get to 350. They could go for the Lord, but they're leaving the map way too open for 50 points, and they're going to have to burst that. They're going to have to burst that Lord down very fast if they go for it. And I'm not sure they've got the damage.
Well, one thing that they are good at doing is just kind of making sure that IDDQ is a little bit more disoriented when they're not fighting as a team. So I think that Swag really needs to use that to their advantage right now. Mex did just take out Quiz. Quiz is going to kind of burn out there and just kind of sit there for a while the Quarry is taken. So that's going to be a 1 point to 1 point cap there. But unfortunately, if the game just drags on like this, IDDQ will take the first game in this best of 3.
Yeah, the points are going very slowly. I mean, Mech's doing the right thing, just leaving him off the point to burn away, just or bleed away, whichever one you want to go for. Blue trying to get back their close point. It looks like they're running in either one by one. Not exactly sure what's going on there. The warrior does need to hold quarry. Those are the only points coming in at the moment. But it's 478 and climbing. It doesn't look like it's that doable at the moment for Blue to come back really.
Well, right now, Blue, all they have to do is rush the Guild Lord, and they win instantly. That's 150 points towards the Blue team if they kill the Guild Lord. They have 10 points to do it, now 9, soon to be 7. That is going to be Game 1 in favor of IDDQ in this best-of-3 series.
Yeah, it did well. I'm not sure whether or not... I think Blue made a lot of mistakes, unfortunately, in that match, majorly by committing a lot of their guys to their far point and to the close point of the enemy, because if they're going to just sit there and wipe the enemy, they're just going to keep rolling in, and the fight's just going to be rolling over. I mean, they did well to get that gate open. Not sure they should have kept hold of Waterfall, probably maybe got to 350 and tried that Lord. It was a good idea. I think it just fell apart a little bit too early in the match for him, unfortunately.
No, I would definitely agree. It's, when you overcommit like that, it's going to cost you the game pretty quickly, especially in a map like we just witnessed, because of the Guild Lord mechanic for one, as well as the giant middle point in that map, and just the amount of time it takes to kind of run from point to point also takes quite a lot. And we're going to go into the Battle of Kylo, which is normally a third map in rotation, but this is a little bit different rotation than we're used to seeing, which I actually like. I think Kylo is actually a great map and a great kind of test to players' skill. It's really kind of a shame that it's the third map in a normal rotation that we're used to seeing, but I really do like this as the second map. It kind of allows for teams to really kind of show what they're made of.
Yeah, it is good. I mean, I'm liking the way they're doing this at the moment, arranging this tourney. I'm not sure whether or not it's because they don't want to do game end and game start and stuff, or they're actually planning it this way, just keep rolling around the map rotation. They've taken out Skyhammer and the other map, so I mean it is good. I mean, we get to pitch it's the second match and we're on Kylo. Whether or not they're going to actually game end it and just keep going, and we'll find out. And we've got a couple of minute break here, guys. Looks like they're just swapping around their builds and stuff. This is run by Unit. We're just literally coming in to stream it for you guys, so we've not really got any control on how long these matches take to actually get streamed and get to go live. So just gonna have to bear with us. I mean, we can talk quickly about how we think this is going at the moment. I'm just going to move your cam a little bit because you're popping out there.
Popping out. All right.
There we go. Maybe I'll rephrase that. I like to get myself into awkward situations.
Yeah, that's okay.
Make sure you don't do that on cam. It's not very professional. I might just edit that out, actually. Thinking about
probably a good idea. Don't want to have any wardrobe malfunctions. That would just be a weird sensation there.
There you go. I'm kind of liking your cam the way it is there. It's good.
Okay.
So I've casted now. This is the second time I've casted with Baz. He's from the United States and I'm from the UK, and we're casting a Russian tournament. So this is a nice mix of different things. Just going to do a quick shout out to Toko, who indeed did do the graphics for a lot of the stuff on today's cast. Just touching up the Unit team logo, things like that, and our little bits and pieces. So thank you for that. Thank you for everyone who's come in and to support us today. Let your guys know in your guilds, in your SPVP maps, in your mists, in your communities. We are streaming SPVP during the day in the EU. This doesn't happen a lot. A lot of people are actually out at the moment, but it's getting quite late in Russia now, so this is why we're streaming at this time. We do have the second match out of 3 coming up with IDDQD against Swag. Swag is actually called While We Can. I'm just going to post in the chat the brackets quickly. We haven't seen Plastic Fantastic much yet in this tournament, as they got a bye from the first round. Have you seen much of them recently yourself?
I have never seen them play ever.
Okay, fair enough. I think they're very much an EU, very well known team in the EU. Not really that well known by the US, I don't think. I'm not sure. I mean, they're one of the more popular, if they are all indeed Russian teams. They're very good bunch of guys, really good sports, and hopefully we get to see them very soon. We will indeed, when we've actually resolved all those matches. Plastic Fantastic will be playing one of these two teams, and Jokers will be playing Bread and Milk in the semi-finals. So we have a semi-finals, and we have a final as well, and we do, I believe, have a match for third place. Whether or not that's played before the final, we will find out in due course. Just waiting for these guys to see how we're going. It looks like we'll be starting fairly shortly. I'm going to just chuck us back into the map, and we can see how things are going. Not sure how much of a mix-up we've just had, how much of a change. A few different players have changed classes and specs indeed. You see that the Blues still gonna just be with the same team as they won their last match. It makes complete sense. Two Warriors. It's always difficult coming up against these. I don't know what you think about that, Baz.
Two Warriors is an interesting combination. Honestly, it's like I feel that it's a very, very powerful combination, but it could also bite the team in the butt too. If the other team knows how to play around it and knows how to just dodge out of their stuns and really kind of watch out for that, then the two Warriors can't play that key of a role anymore, because that's kind of what their job is to either be on point and just kind of be that tanky role, which both of them are more DPS. It looks like Too Old for War is a little bit more tanky though, and it looks like Max is going to be they're actually running the exact same builds. So both of them are actually going for
a lot of CC in there.
Yeah, just pretty much high CC, just kind of point defense style, because they're both wielding a hammer. So that hammer DPS is really, really good as well. But one's choosing to use a longbow, and the other one is electing to use a mace and a shield. Mace and shield are very, very good with stun as well. So that's a lot of CC from just two players.
That's it, exactly. He's going for a lot more CC than the other one. The other guy is probably more anti-ranger, spirit spec, and minion spec as well. Just going to go have a look at the rest of the guys here. Thief playing quite a meta-orientated build. Going for precision, going for those Lissa runes, and with the dagger offhand and the sword in the main hand, and the short. It is short bow, it's not long bow, everybody. We were talking about this earlier. Unfortunately, it looks like a bit of a back there. Using some nice utilities as well. Basilisk Venom, seeing a couple more people using that now. It's really a preference thing in the way you're going to play, in my opinion, with that.
I honestly don't like Basilisk Venom, because half the time it doesn't work, and the other half the time the other player can just kind of see it and dodge it, which usually happens. So I honestly like running with Thieves Guild, because it gives the blind, it gives the extra damage. But that's just me personally. I think the main reason for using it is to activate the 6th tier of the Rune of Lysa, which gives you all the boons for, I think, 5 seconds when you use an elite skill. So that's 45 seconds cooldown on the Basilisk Venom. So that's really the only reason to use it. It's just kind of a nice extra little stun there. But me personally, I'd rather just have a elite skill that's actually useful and does extra damage for me and blinds. I found that can be a really kind of key, pivotal turning point. I mean, the going up against the Hammer Warrior and having both those extra thieves just blind constantly is just so helpful.
Yeah, you're right about that, and it's a good combo of the Lissa runes. We will be starting soon. Just going to have a quick look at Etot, the Guardian. He's running a mace, and it's actually running a focus as well. It's nice to see a Guardian running a focus. He's going for a lot of boon duration, using those consecrations as well, looking at the grand targeting for those. It's a kind of a typical meta boon just giving boons out to his team and helping them out, increasing boon duration, his potential survivability.
We're actually going to see both Necromancers from both teams actually take the Trebuchets. And it looks like we are going to see a 2-2 split for the IDDQ, and they're going to try and take the close point of Swag. And we're going to see if this is actually going to be a good choice or a bad choice here. Unfortunately, 204 getting completely stunned out, almost dead instantaneously there. And good knockback there by 204. Gummy trying to desperately dodge out of the way. He does do a nice job there, and it looks like Gummy just in complete control of this fight, along with his buddy Belson, I believe that's how I say the name, and that is going to be a close point cap there and a far point cap for IDDQ. And then they're going to rotate over to the middle, and just excellent play there by IDDQ right now.
Yeah, they did really well, actually. They went for the close, and they got it. They did what Swag were trying to do in the first match, and actually they got away with it pretty well there. We move into the mid fight. We do see that Etot's been knocked off, and he will be moving back onto that point, just making sure he gets it contested. He has it actually against Hanso at the moment, the Guardian. Didn't get to have a look at him before, but he's running a hammer, so he's quite CC orientated. Hopefully he can get that banish off, maybe knock him over into one of these corners, which is very, very advantageous. He's getting in position there, did exactly what I said he should do. That was good. But that's the way to do it. That's how you use this midpoint. You got the two sides where it's awesome to CC, fear, knock back, some kind of blowout. You can just get them out into these two corners. We've got a lot of fighting going on around the match at the moment.
Yeah, Sugar Sweet and Gummy X just go down. Gummy X is going to get rallied up here. Sugar Sweet taking a lot of damage, just kind of bleeding out there. Looks like Gummy X, though, doing a good job at trying to just completely CC Too Old for War here. Too Old for War is going to pop that Endure Pain. He's going to be immune to all damage for a couple seconds there. But he is using that Berserker stance, going to pop that shield stance as well. They're negating damage here and there. So he's doing a great job at kind of keeping the point contested. But unfortunately, he is going to go down there, and we are going to see Max actually kind of come up and say, hey, I'm going to help, see if I can get that rally off. But he's not actually rallying his teammate there. He's focusing on Gummy. Huge misplay there by Max. Max needs to actually try and get him down, but it looks like 204 is actually going to rally by himself, which is very, very odd here. Max is going to go out for that stomp there, going to use that dodge roll, trying to desperately grab and stomp this. 204 going for that stomp there. Can he get the stomp? Stomp is not going to go down there. 204 is actually going to just get DPS'd out there instead. Unfortunately, Gummy X doing a brilliant job at kind of juking all that stomping and DPS going out to him right now.
Yeah, he was actually in vengeance there, so he didn't actually res himself up, unfortunately. Like you said, Mex didn't really get there in time, but they have actually got the point back, so they've done what they needed to do in the end. But yeah, he missed out there. He could have probably got his teammate up there and probably switched it around quite early. And now we do see that Red have moved to mid. 3 guys, very, very strong in that fight, just moving to take that point. So we do see that Red about to cap mid, got Windmill, 140 points, 244. Blue were looking at about 9 points to about 110, but they're actually starting to pull back now as they've got another point.
Yeah, we are going to see Drakfu on the close point fighting Max. I don't understand what's so funny about Drakfu.
Unbelievable. I'm sorry, I just had to do that. We just saw the Mesmer from the red team pop a portal, jump onto the point that Too Old for War is currently standing on. As he was looking at the mid, he nipped in behind him, decapped it, took the portal and went back to where he was. That was spectacular. He had absolutely no idea he was doing that. That was a great move. Very sneaky.
Mesmers are just like that. I haven't actually seen him used his MOA yet. MOA is a very, very powerful skill, just kind of pretty much renders a player pretty much useless right now. But we are seeing Gummy actually getting very, very low here from Max. Max doing a good job at really dealing a lot of damage here. But we are going to see the Thief, which is Sugar Sweet, deal a ton of damage to the Mesmer. Going to be feared there, unfortunately. Not going to be able to down anyone. And massive fear there onto the blue team. And we are going to see Swag really try and step up here onto Quiz. Quiz being focused fire just a little bit there. And nothing really happening at the moment. Everyone's just kind of trying to kill each other. Not a lot of advantages being played out for either team right now.
Yeah, we just saw Heresy go down on his Treb actually from Bazeleel, who is now taking the Treb out. Be interesting to see if he's actually going to take it out 100% or if he's just going to leave it tiny bit up. No, he has indeed taken it down. So sometimes it's nice to keep that Treb up by like 5 or 10%, so that if they go back to it, you can then go and you can then just go and pretty much one-shot it, two-shot it down, so rather than and wasting their chance to potentially repair it. So we do see that the red team, they're really missing each other on this map. It seems like they're chasing each other to me around the map, and they're just chasing the points.
No, I would definitely agree. I think the red team is just kind of using the communication to their advantage. Blue team just not doing a good job at kind of communicating and keeping their players kind of in a good kind of orderly group. A lot of players are just kind of going in a group and trying to zerg points, and that really doesn't work in a massive competitive kind of area. Zerging works in kind of like the YOLO queues, but as far as versus a team that knows what they're doing, they're going to be able to pretty much detect any type of zerg play almost instantaneously.
Yeah, I mean, you just hit the nail on the head there. I mean, there seems to be a lot more cohesion going around through Red's heads at the moment. They're on comms. They know what they're doing. They know where they're going. They're being very sneaky. The Mesmer is being very good around the map. So are the Warriors getting that speed up. Sorry, just Warrior. Bazeleel getting those points as well. They're doing really well to get around the map. It's very quiet around the map at the moment. It's just Mansion, which has actually got some congestion at the moment with 2 blue on 2 red. You do see that... 2 hold just went down there on the point. Looks like he went for a plague down there. Very sneaky. Not sure they actually knew that Gummy, as I didn't, was actually ranging as well, just off the point. It seems to be a lot better for Mesmers to keep out of the melee at the moment. They're going for the great sword and the staff rather than anything else at the moment.
Yeah, but his second set is actually a sword and a pistol, which is just a high DPS build as well. I mean, Mo is going to actually come up on cooldown here. We do see he's actually running Decoy, which is a little bit different than we normally see. Decoy actually very, very useful at popping yourself into stealth and creating a clone. Mo is going to be popped here onto Max. Max taking a ton of damage there, and nicely done there by Quiz, popping and dodging out of the way of 204's hammer stun there. 204 definitely has to try and get his teammate rally there. Unfortunately, not going to be able to do that as well. And we are seeing, looks like 204 desperately trying to keep this point to himself. Good stun there by 204. Sweet and Sugar are going to try and see if he can stop anything, but if Fear goes off there onto Sweet and Sugar, not going to be able to do much of anything. And he does have Quiz targeted, trying to desperately take down Quiz. Quiz using a pretty good amount of condition damage onto the entire enemy team of Swag here onto the Mansion. They're able to keep this point for themselves, though, and it's going to be a 2-cap versus 1-cap for Team Swag.
They're doing pretty well. They're actually coming back now. They're trying to keep those outside points, splitting up the red team. There's just the Guardian at mid. He's their guy who's going to be the most beneficial in those team fights. So whether or not Red are going to they're going to think about that. They're going to think, right, we need our Guardian in there. We need to put him into the fight and possibly just take someone out who can tank the point a little bit more, get a bit more support and healing, because this is what they're lacking at the moment at Mansion.
Yeah, unfortunately, Swag doing what they did last game and just focusing on this point a little bit too heavy here. We do see the other, looks like the other Guardian for Team Swag, Etot, not really doing anything. He's just kind of standing on point, as well as Hanso, which is kind of detrimenting, I think, both teams. Both teams fighting a 4 versus 4 right now. But unfortunately, the blue team can reinforce a little bit quicker since this is their close point.
Yeah, I mean... I'm very lost. They're both leaving out their biggest support in the team fights, and this is just, they're really all just fighting here. No one else is going around the map. You do see that as the Necro's spawning now. We'll see where he goes. The Thief is coming back down now, but it looks like Mex just did go just off the point there. Just did get downed. we see that Too Old is going to try and hold this for as long as he can now with Sugar Sweet, and we see that Heresy is still here as well. So we've got 3 blue team on this at the moment, and look, we do see it. We do see now that the Ranger has indeed moved to mid. Looks like the Guardian's going to head to Mansion. I'm not sure where he is right now. There he is. He's on the point. So that's what they needed to do. They needed to switch it up, get the Guardian on that point, get him bunkering a bit more, maybe even move to Windmill and get that point.
Yeah, unfortunately, he goes down, oh my gosh, almost instantaneously there. That was a crazy fast stomp there by the Team Swag, just instantly bursting down the Red Guardian. Unfortunately, not going to really do much of anything because right now both teams do have a point, and they are actually behind by about 140 points, which is a large detriment to kind of be behind. And right now, Etot is in a huge bit of trouble right now. Just a large mistake by Team Swag, not using the Guardian to their fullest potential, just kind of keeping him on point and staying there. Really, they should have took either the Warrior or probably the Mesmer would have been a better babysitter because of the portal that he can drop.
Exactly, yeah, I was about to say the same thing. Just leaving the portal there, so potentially they've got an instant portal back. To that point, I mean, Red did take the initiative, even if it was took a bit longer than it probably should have. They moved their Guardian down to Mansion, pulled out at that point, and then hit the Windmill. So we've just swatched back. We've got each team got their close point, but Red on 485 points to 350. It's pretty inevitable what's going to happen. 3 kills they've won, or just waiting for the caps to tick over.
Yeah, I mean, it's blue team just focused on 1 point a little bit too much, and it really kind of cost them both games in this matchup.
Unfortunately, I mean, Heresy looks like he's going to try and take Bez over just to he sees he's got about 5 points left to get. He's going to try and take him down, maybe get the down. Oh, he didn't get it before the 500, unfortunately, but it was a good effort. So we do see the IDDQD do take that match, and a very nice job there on Kylo. Good to see that map being played.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.